The employment rate in the UK is at its joint highest since 1971, with an estimated 76.1% of people up and down the country currently in employment. National statistics have been released showing not only the national employment figures, but regional as well.
So the employment figures are really positive news. If I look at it over the long term, so since 2010, figures in Yorkshire and the Humber are actually down about 45%. We're in unprecedented employment rates at the moment. We do have some variation across Yorkshire and the Humber. So you will see that unemployment rates are higher, say in Hull, which is a more, it's still a buoyant labour market, but it's a more difficult labour market. And in York, we've got the highest employment rates. So the two things really sort of balance themselves out.
With the current employment rate at 73.3% for Yorkshire and Humber, it showed the largest decrease in employment rates compared to last quarter, with it falling 1%.
What we try to do is look at it over a longer term, because that will give you more of a trend. They do fluctuate seasonally, so it might fluctuate a little bit in the summer because particularly in somewhere like York with tourism, service industry, you might see a reduction in unemployment, but sometimes if that's short-term work, you might see that increase again, perhaps in the autumn, winter months.
So how is our region comparing to the national figures?
The Y&H figure is slightly down on the Great Britain figure. For Hull, the unemployment rate is slightly higher than that. And for York, it's quite reduced. It's quite a low figure. But what I would like to say is that, you know, for Yorkshire and the Humber, we are in very, very high employment rates, and that just follows nationally. It can depend on the area. So things like housing, things like if there's a university, people who go away to study, do they come back to the area? Average wage. You know, somewhere like York, you can quite see that people would be attracted to come to York to work. And we always hope that they will be in Hull, but maybe not quite so much.
And for those who are looking for work, all is not lost. There are many options to help you get back on the employment ladder.
Many jobs are advertised digitally. They might be advertised within the company. So it doesn't always mean that when you see maybe quite a lot of redundancies, that all those people are going to be coming through the doors of the job centre. But if they do, you know, what we will do is we will work alongside that individual on what will be their individual journey. We are aiming to work with a range of providers, businesses, to try and help that individual into the job or to utilise the skills that they've got in the best way for them.
With Yorkshire and Humber experiencing a 45% reduction in unemployment since 2010, it's hoped that this will continue into the next quarter. Abby Walker, That's TV.